Hi, everyone. I think it's just so amazing how I'm considered racist for everything I say just because I'm right. Well, I'm right again. I said the reason people are so jealous of Kwame Brown and playing the victim and attacking him and blah, blah, blah is because they feel he's not giving them enough. Kwame Brown allowed everyone to react to his videos, shouted people out, all this other stuff, gave them jobs and even job opportunities, even online. And look what this is. This is another jealous person who thinks Kwame Brown and DMD are selfish. Now, DMD goes through a lot of stuff, too, like with Tupac. And it makes me believe more and more and more. One of the reasons Tupac keeps going after Garrick is because he kept saying he had money and he wasn't giving her. That's just one of the reasons. The other reason is because there's something about Garrick that drives these women nuts. They want to be with him, and when he rejects them, they go nuts. But it's also about the money. This is a text message to double speaks from Thumbnail Lady. Now, before anyone starts, I don't know Thumbnail Lady. A couple of times in chat, I've said hello to her, but she started seeming sneaky and conniving like Regina, Moonlight, True Essence, Sister, all these fucking bitches. And now we have proof. Hell, KB and Damn D are selfish. Why? They won't just give out money. People see how much money they're making, and with Kwame Brown, you can look online. For right now, he has a net worth supposedly $4 million. From what I've heard, net worths are really, you know, their potential for making if they wanted to. Otherwise, you go by half. So Kwame Brown has like $2 million. There's still the word million. And then he keeps talking about this retirement money he's supposed to be getting from the NBA. All these jealous people want it. And they feel like he hasn't given enough. I'm no fan of Kwame Brown. I am a fan of DMD. Neither one of these men owe anyone anything. Oh, but they got money. They're black. All these people who are jealous of them are black. You need to give them money. Why? DMD works hard at what he does and he's good at it. All Kwame Brown has to do is go on a panel and he's got a few hundred people in that particular chat. If Kwame Brown only wants to donate to DMD, that's his business. If he wants to donate to everyone and not you, whoever you happen to be, that's his business. No, it's all the motherfuckers in this section that are selfish bastards. They want KB to give them a fucking allowance, much like what I've heard, Supa, Kwame Brown's cousin, gives his other cousin, Supa's brother, Kevlo, an allowance. They are also jealous that Kwame Brown and DMD get more views, more respect, more this, more that. Now, where the thumbnail lady is concerned, she claims she makes about 4 thumbnails a day and gets paid $25 for each thumbnail. That's $100 a day times 30 days in a month. That's $3,000. So, because of Kwame Brown, she has the opportunity to make that money every month she wouldn't have otherwise had. You look at 504. That's another jealous hoe bag. She was actually talking like her and Dan D had a relationship just because he interviewed her. No, she thought he was going to constantly come to her chat, constantly give her $100 or more, or whatever number she had in her head. Why does he have to do that? These pieces of shit feel like they're owed something, especially when somebody black makes it. They're supposed to spread the wealth around. Why? Nobody in these chats was in the NBA. So why does Kwame Brown have to give his money to them? Oh, Merrill Lynch. That was a fuck up. Legal paperwork was signed and he lost $17 million. People hear that and they're like, well, he must have more. Personally, I think he does have more because he mentioned one time something about putting his assets in other people's names. Well, if they're in other people's names, no one can go after him for them. People don't like that. They want to be able to find out everything, how much money they make, and then mess with them until they give the money. That's extortion, there's blackmail. These are all the crimes being committed in this sector. There's actually terroristic threats, death threats, threats of rape, and they get away with it. Regina, another hoe bag, kept taking Kwame Brown to court. For what? Oh, well, you let people say stuff about me in your chat, and my son was there. What the fuck was your son doing there in the first place? Well, it's YouTube. He can be there with all the fuck shit you're into. Why would you want him there? If I was doing all the shit Regina does, do you think I'd want my son to know? I don't sit around on YouTube talking about, oh, when you're performing oral sex on a 15-inch penis, you don't take the whole thing in. You only take 2 inches because if you try to do more, the guy is going to punch you in the head. If I was doing that all day long, I would never want my son to know anything I was doing online. How did her son know what she was doing online? She told him and told him to come. These old worn out bitches, and I know I'm an old worn out bitch, but I don't do what they do. They use Kwame Brown's channel for their own agenda. They block who they want, even if they just come in the chat and say hi. If they don't like you, they don't want you there, they block you. Look at True Essence. Kwame Brown cut her off once when somebody paid whatever amount of money to get her off the screen. She thought Kwame Brown was going to let her stay up there and open her mouth and say, Compton in this bitch, bye. What the hell is wrong with the people here? Yeah, at the bottom of my videos, it says if you feel like hitting the Cash App, it's greatly appreciated. There's my Cash App. Thank you so much in advance. You send me a Cash App, you send me a Cash App. You don't send me a Cash App, you don't send me a Cash App. Even that fucking piece of shit bitch Arabia thinks the money she gives out to content creators should come back to her. Why should it come back to her? You're giving people a gift showing them you appreciate what they're putting out there for you, the entertainment. No, you need to get paid even if somebody doesn't want to. Well, if people don't want to send you cash apps and whatnot, work on getting your channel monetized. This way, YouTube can give you money. But you don't go around saying shit like this. Arabia has even said she wanted her money back from people, just like Johnny Blaze. Kwame Brown attached himself to a shoe drive in Brunswick, Georgia. Johnny Blaze bought 4 pairs of shoes, $300 total, and drove down to the shoe drive. Why? Kwame Brown was going to be there and he wanted something out of him. Clout, recognition. Oh, come to my YouTube channel and give me super chats and whatever, my Scooby snacks. No, there's audio and video out there of him screaming, I want my $300 back. But you were donating to a shoe drive for kids to have shoes to go to school. You weren't donating to Kwame Brown. Nope. Everybody thought, I'll donate to Kwame Brown and I'll get something out of it. When you donate, you don't look to get something back. That's why it's called a donation. But a lot of people here are so uneducated, they don't understand that. Why is it if someone's doing good, they have to give people money, or those people will go against them? It's like a lot of the people in this sector feel like they're owed, like Kwame Brown and DMD owe them something. Those two guys don't owe anybody shit. Remember Moonlight going off on Kwame Brown? Did you fuck JJ? Did you fuck JJ? Did you fuck that white woman? What do you care if he did? Oh, well, my poom poom's 19 years old and better than hers. What? What are you doing? And then when he couldn't deal with her bullshit anymore, he wanted to leave the panel, and she begged him to stay. He's a grown man, 40 something years old. Let him go fuck whoever and whatever he wants. If he does something illegal, the fucking cops will get him for it. Then you have all these pieces of shit throwing around the word pedophile. Moonlight called Garrick pedophile because he rejected her. I've heard True Essence use that name too, that word. Why are you labeling them pedophiles? Why did Moonlight do that to Garrick? Because he didn't want her 19-year-old catfishing poom poom. So she called him a pedophile. Jealous because he wants younger than you, bitch? That's how men are. And they also don't want to deal with your fucking bullshit. This is all fucking crazy with these people. And now you got thumbnail lady doing it too. Why? Because she feels she's owed something and she deserves it. Thumbnail lady isn't owed and doesn't deserve anything. She got paid for the jobs she did, and that's it. But she feels like she should have some kind of power over KB. Even DMD. Why? Oh, because they got money and they're not giving it to you, to her. What's wrong with going out and earning it yourself, even on YouTube? Now I'm the white bitch, the white demon, the white devil, all this other shit. I'm talking about black people in certain situations and trying to make money off of it or whatever. Um, these bastards are doing the same thing. The only problem is they guilt people into giving them the money. I just sit here and if I get, I get. If I don't, I don't. They all feel they're owed. What do you want? Reparations from Kwame Brown and Dan D? And if those two men did, would you be satisfied then? And then she goes on to say, I will not let a bust life snake bite me again. The fuck are you talking about, bitch? People like this get me mad, and all I'm getting told is I'm jealous of black women. I have something against them. I back my shit up. And why would I want to look like these women who want to look white? Why do I want to be like Moonlight, who's catfishing guys? I have a 19-year-old poom poom. Why? Because she's like olive oil. Moonlight's twat is 60 years old, just like she is. But it's like she's catfishing guys. Come on and try it. What do you want them to try it for? Not worried about AIDS or any other sexually transmitted diseases? Just looking for, oh, I could still rock out with young women, but no, you can't. Do you know how many people would have loved to make it to 60 years old and couldn't because of things that were beyond their control? Moonlight even resents her daughter because she didn't get everything out of that little scheme in the first place. Why is this going on? Why does everyone in this sector feel like they're owed something? And they love to use this phrase, people that look like me. People that look like them are the ones who have to give it to them. Why? You put out a video or you do a live. If you make money, you make money. If you don't, you don't. No, but you watch people's cash apps, you watch their anonymous donations, you watch their super chats, you add it up, and you think you should be getting that too. The only thing I could tell you is work harder and learn more to do better. Nope. If anyone's getting, they need to give. Why? Well, that's standing up and taking care of your black brothers and sisters. Meanwhile, the black brothers and sisters are willing to throw these guys under the bus in order to make them pay. There's so much unity in the black community, right? People were bitching about Beautiful One because she was giving Kwame Brown and DMD $100 super chats. It's her money. She does what she wants with it. Nope. She must give to everyone like that. Why? And if she doesn't, she's a hooah? I remember 504 in her chat once. I was just watching. Russell Red gave her $5. She kicked him out of the chat because she said, "Oh, I see what you give DMD and you give me $5. Get the fuck out of here." Oh, he gave you $5. Be grateful for the $5. Maybe he felt that's all your content was worth. Well, I feel it's worth a lot more. Then you pay yourself. You don't fucking bully, bash, and harass people in order to get them to give you money. Is that really what the black community has come down to? Yous all got brains, yous all got smarts. You want to blame the white man for everything. But you're terrorizing your own people to get something out of them? Thumbnail Lady ain't no better than anyone else in here. And she's actually worse than a lot. Because I don't see majority of the people doing this. There are some, and they feel like they're owed. Well, what the fuck is Thumbnail Lady owed? What is she owed? She's not owed anything by Kwame Brown and DMD. They don't owe her shit. But remember 504? She acted like after one time on DMD's panel talking about things that were happening to her, they were in a relationship and he was supposed to pay her. Men have their own way of going about shit, but these fucking whores? It's unbelievable. Told my friend Dornera some of this shit that was going on. She didn't believe me until I showed her. She never heard of shit like this. I showed it to other friends. They never heard of anything like this. But then you got that other fucking whore, Regina, touting black excellence. Black excellence for what? Trying to teach young girls how to perform oral sex? Well, I'm a registered nurse. It's my job. That's what I do. How young, Regina? How young were you when you taught? Was it at that family barbecue? Was it by your father? Was it by your uncle? Was it by a cousin? It seems like Regina knows no boundaries with how young a girl is. She's just obsessed with sex. Oh, Daddy Arenas. Daddy Arenas. Gilbert Arenas, another ex basketball player. She wanted his father. His father, from what Gilbert Arenas has said, is actually an actor. I don't know who he is. But that means money. Gilbert Arenas means money. Queen Regina started saying, "You know what I like to do, Daddy? I talk about it all the time, Daddy Arenas." Yeah, you talk about it all the time because you're nuts. Gilbert Arenas' father gets supermodels till this day. What the fuck would he want with Regina? A hoe bag who's fucking her son's best friend. in the house while the son is in the house. Does she talk about this shit in front of her son? What is it? Fucking his best friend would be like fucking him? Is that what it is? Most of the women in this sector are nuts and they're not supposed to be. Then you got this one Mercy T. She even admitted she was talking to Garrick to get back at her fiance at the time because he screwed around on her. Okay, I'm assuming he screwed around on her because what what would make her call off the engagement or something or break up with him? The number one answer would be sex. He had sex with another woman. She said nothing about this shit until she started getting attention. And all she keeps saying is, "What you mean? I don't know what you mean. What are you, stupid? Is Mercy T another bitch that needs to go back to school starting with kindergarten?" These desperate, decrepit hoe bags latch on to guys and want them to pay for everything. It's not their job to pay for everything. Now, if they go and live with you, yeah, let them pay some bills. They're living with you in your house. Why should you pay everything? But then they reject you, they don't want to know you, and boom. These are the type of women who would go to your job and get you fired. And some of them have actually called up jobs to get guys fired. Thumbnail Lady was being paid by Garrick in order to have a channel because people kept flagging him, which, my personal opinion, she was flagging the shit out of him too. This way she could say, like Regina does, "Oh, I'll get the flag off if you pay me." And because she feels Garrick didn't give her enough money, she took all her shit away. She tried to lock him out of the channel. Well, bitch, why didn't you get all the money up front? Oh, we worked out a payment plan. Well, Garrick has all this money. Let him just give you what was agreed upon. Kwame Brown's cousin Kevlo has admitted to going to court claiming he's Garrick, so Garrick doesn't, or that he was guilty of something. So Garrick wouldn't have to pay a fine and wouldn't have anything on his license. This is what was going around. And whatever Kevlo did, it upped the price of what was paid $100. Garrick's unwilling to pay. Kevlo bitched about it and snitched. All these motherfuckers turn into rats, but they don't admit the illegal bullshit they're doing. And now this one here calls Kwame Brown and Damn D selfish because they're not just giving her money because she's so wonderful. This bitch ain't wonderful like most of the bitches, male and female, in this sector of YouTube ain't fucking worth it. They ain't wonderful. And you'll take somebody's channel away because of they have the right to free speech, they have the right to defend themselves, and these motherfuckers feel like no, they don't, but they're the ones being oppressed because they're black. You take away someone's channel for speaking the truth, you take away their channel because they're defending themselves verbally against the verbal assault you gave them, you make sure their channel gets taken away. That's not oppression. Well, anyway, I'm right again. All these people are going against Kwame Brown and now Dan D because they see how much money they get in super chats, cash apps, and whatever, and they want their fair share. But there is no fair share. They're not the ones doing the stuff to get the money. Unbelievable. I was right again.